You are on the TinkerCad homepage, signing in or already signed in. Remember, you just push sign in the corner. Remember, you push the blue down here, sign in using social providers, Google, and you should be logging in. Okay, so this is our home base. We are going to make something new, so we're going to push on Create New Design. You clicked it and you should have a blank work plane in front of you. Alright, so let's rename it. We're going to click up here into the name. Remember, it's in the upper left corner. You just click to rename it. Ours is going to be called Boat because we're making a boat today. Push Enter to get out of there. Alright, yours should be renamed. Head over to your shapes over here and we're going to get started. Go ahead and click on the down arrow to see the other shape options. I want you to go down to, under Shape Generators, go to All. So again, under the Shape Generators, go down to All. Click there. And you'll see if you scroll down, all the way down, you'll see, I'm probably covering it up, but you should see a 5 at the bottom of your screen. I want you to click on the 5th page. So click there. And now you should be on the 5th page. You'll see a boat hull right about above my head here, a boat hull. Click on that and drag it on. If you don't see it, just make sure you're under Shape Generators, All, and you clicked on the 5th page. You had to scroll down, and then it should be near the bottom of the 5th page. Alrighty, so there's already a made boat hull, so that's very helpful for us. The next shape we need is under Basic Shapes, so click back into Basic Shapes. And we're going to grab this paraboloid. So if you don't see it, of course, just scroll, but you grab the paraboloid and drag it onto your screen. We do need to rotate it. So you know your 3 sets of arrows. Be kind of in the home view. If you're in a very different view, your arrows will be different because those change. So push on your home view to make sure you're kind of in the regular view, and you should see one off to the side here on the top. If you don't see it, rotate it just a little bit until you do. So you want this upper top one right here. Click on it. And you're going to type in 90, 90. So I typed in 90 on mine, and it rotated like that. If you mess it up, remember undo is in this toolbar, and you can just push undo and try it again. You're looking for this top one, clicking on it, and typing in 90. Alrighty, so I do want mine rotated just a little bit more, but in a different direction. So this front one, I'm going to grab and drag it this way. See how it started going that way? One thing that's tricky is if I'm inside the circle, see how it does big rotations? If I'm outside of the circle with my mouse, it does small rotations. So I would recommend staying outside of this little circle thing. This whole time I've been holding down my mouse and getting it until it's a little more facing your boat. So no certain degrees, just think, okay, that's about facing my boat. See how it's better lined up with my boat? So once you clicked right here and dragged just a little, you can let go and have it kind of facing your boat like that. So instead of doing all of that again, we are going to duplicate it. So we just click on it. You should know this one by now. Go up to your toolbar up here and push duplicate. I'm going to drag it off of the other one. So now I should have 2 that look the exact same. I do want this one facing the other way. So there is a tool for that. So go ahead and click on one of them, doesn't matter which one. And up in this toolbar, kind of where group is, you'll see flip. So go ahead and click on flip. And take a second just to push all these arrows and see how it will flip your shape for you. So you'll see there's all different ways. This one's flipping it side to side, this one's flipping it back and forth, and this one's flipping it up and down, but with this shape that looks the same. So you'll see how it kind of flips around. Go ahead and click it until you have it, the flat part facing you. So click on these until you get that flat part facing me with the pointed part pointing back. So now it's the exact opposite of my other shape. So I'm going to take these two little propeller pieces and I'm just going to start rotating, or I'm sorry, dragging them into their shape. If I don't like how that looks, like mine look a little bit wonky, I can just click and drag them a little bit longer. You can do some fine tuning as well. Just moving those around until you like how they look. There's no certain way you have to do it. Oops, I'll make it a little taller. All right, mine are looking good enough for me. So hopefully you have a little bit of a propeller on there. The next thing we want to do is add a little smokestack like it's a big ship. So what we're going to do is scroll up on our shapes and find the cylinder. Go ahead and find the cylinder and drag it onto your work plane. We're going to make it a little bit smaller. So kind of a hint for that is instead of, see how I can resize 13 to 20. If I want to keep it a perfect cylinder shape, there's a shortcut for that. So what I do is I just drag my shape, and if I hold down the shift on my keyboard, so if I hold down shift and do the corner box, then it stays perfectly round. So you'll see it's 16 by 16, 19 by 19. The shapes, the numbers won't differ from each other. So I'm going to make it about 14 by 14, but you can do anything around there. Now I need to lift it up. We should know that one by now, I hope. You push on the black teardrop on the top and you drag it up. As a reminder, yours does not have to look exactly like mine. I'm going to drag mine to about, let's say 15. Okay, I like that. So I dragged mine up to 15 and I resized it. Now I want another one just like that. So remember the shortcut is to push duplicate so I don't have to resize and lift it again. I just can push duplicate and then drag it back. And then I push duplicate again. And it duplicates my movement and my shape on that one. So remember, you just push duplicate in this bar to do that 3 times so that you didn't actually have to do it 3 times. Okay, one last little thing is we are going to cut out just a little area for someone to sit in. So why don't you go ahead and grab your sphere, drag a sphere on there, and I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. And I want to use my shift technique again because the sphere can be really hard to resize. If I just start going like this, it got really skinny. So the shift technique is especially helpful. So if yours looks like that, just undo it. And then hold down that shift on your keyboard and drag it in. Drag it in till it's about, let's say, 14, 15, right around there. And then drag it up to about somewhere between like, I'd say about 15 again would be good. So mine's looking okay. It's centered on the front there. I'm going to cut it out as a whole here in just a sec. So go ahead and take a moment to recolor anything because we're going to group it here in a minute. So if you want yours to be different colors, remember you just click on the shapes and decide what colors. I'm going to do a dark blue. Do a blue theme for me. But you're picking your colors. Okay, so hopefully you recolored. Now I want you to click on the sphere here, and you're going to click on whole. And then we're going to click down. Remember how we group? We click down off of our shapes. Remember when we stay clicked, we start to see that box show up. So I click down and drag over top, and I'll see the box show up. I let go, and then I can go up here and push group. So I want my colors to stay multicolor. So remember I just click where it says solid and I go to multicolor. So right now I've got my 3 smokestacks, a little chunk cut out for someone to sit in, and I've got my propellers. Mine's looking pretty good.